Harry blindsided after former staff members expose Meghan's insane list of demands.
Sent to Netflix.
Favorite little niece, Ashley. Meghan also sees she got no advice on royal protocol, forcing her to learn how to be a princess all on her own.
Joining this family, I knew that there was a protocol for how things were done. There's no class in some person who goes sit like this.
So here's the tea. Everyone knew Meghan Markle was a bit meticulous. But honey, this is a whole new level of extra. Because guess what just leaked? Former staff members, yes, former, just dropped receipts on what they're calling Meghan's insane list of demands, sent straight to Netflix. And poor Harry totally caught off guard. Like, the man found out the same way we did, through the media. He was blindsided, scrambling, looking around like, wait, what? But make no mistake, this isn't just about a little diva energy or wanting a fancy trailer. No. We're talking about Meghan allegedly trying to seize full control. From brand image manipulation to handpicking who shows up on camera, she wanted Netflix to bow to her. And now Hollywood's whispering the royals are side-eyeing, and this mess? Oh, it's blowing up fast.
The whole Meghan Markle situation has been getting out of control, not just over at Netflix, but also at other studios ever since she posted that viral video, that pregnancy video.
She spreads her legs, she hikes her dress, she circles her genitals.
Press show her wearing pretty much every colour in the rainbow. The show opens with the claim that the royal family declined to comment on the series. That's another lie. The palace says it received one email from an unknown company and attempts to verify it.
It all starts with the heart of their $100 million deal. The one everyone thought was a royal fairy tale turned streaming gold. But baby, the leaked info is messy. According to those in the know, Meghan didn't just ask for some input. Nope, she allegedly wanted the final word on everything. Trailers, her call. Lighting, her taste. Filming angles, you guessed it. Even who could be on screen was supposedly up to her. Oh, and it gets juicier. One insider says she wanted Netflix to run every single press release through her team first. Not a suggestion, a requirement.
Back of your head. This gruesome twosome only survived by cashing in on what's left of their royal status now. I said it before, I'll say it again tonight. King Charles should strip them of all their remaining titles and cast them out from any connection to the royal family. How could any of them trust them as far as I could throw them? Because without it, they're just whining millennial windbags.
Another insider spilled the tea that Meghan didn't just have preferences, she had rules. She reportedly submitted a list of which media outlets were allowed to cover the project down to the tone they should use. Can you imagine? And this wasn't some polite request. Staffers say it read like royal commands. Her former employees called it a command list, a list of must-haves Netflix had to obey if they wanted access to her precious brand. One source even said Meghan expected the streamer to protect the Archewell image at all costs. And here's the kicker. This wasn't one rogue email. It was a whole chain, multiple back and forths laying out Meghan's demands in excruciating detail. No wonder insiders were floored. But baby, that was just the appetizer. The real drama came after.
Before we even get to the main event.
When the stakes are this high, doesn't it make more sense to hear our story from us?
Oh, shut up. What do you mean the stakes are this high? Who do you think you are? Other than a latte-munching imbecile.
We already know that Meghan Markle is desperately clinging to whatever opportunity arises to stay in the limelight, to stay in the spotlight as, of course, a so-called actress. That's basically what she's trying to do.
4 to 6? Yes, 6 key staff members reportedly bailed from Team Meghan and Harry recently, and they didn't leave quietly. These ex-staffers are talking. They're calling the work environment tense, controlling, and unsustainable. One even said morale tanked the second Netflix negotiation started. Why? Because staff were constantly stuck between Meghan's personal vision and what Netflix actually needed. They were allegedly expected to work round the clock to keep Meghan's brand spotless, not just the show. One source even claimed Meghan gave orders to remove collaborators who didn't fit her public values. That's right, if you didn't align with Meghan's image, you were cut. It's giving micromanagement on steroids. And by the time the project got the green light, half the team had already vanished. But it didn't stay behind closed doors, no. Once this leaked to the public, social media exploded.
About to. If you excuse the massive book deals, the Silicon Valley startups, the preaching videos about well-being, the podcasts, the speeches, and the major network interviews with everyone from Oprah Winfrey to James Corden. but they've barely been seen or heard at all, have they? Well, on Thursday, they'll quietly and apologetically release their $100 million.
As ever, her new company, the very first thing she said was, look, you know, when I had the TIG, which was her previous lifestyle website, you know, I loved cooking and I loved gardening and being a hostess, and that she basically said I had to keep my light under a bushel at this time because of the royal family. Then we get her show, her Netflix show.
TikTok detectives went off. The hashtag Meghan Netflix demands took off, with creators spilling what staffers allegedly endured. NDAs? Mandatory before reading a script. No eye contact during filming, allegedly a real rule. And get this, one viral clip claimed Meghan wanted to approve the background music for emotional consistency. Girl, what? The internet dubbed it Hollywood royalty syndrome. YouTube gossipers had a field day saying Meghan didn't just want to produce, she wanted to reign. Real or not, the public smelled diva behavior. And once that label sticks, good luck shaking it.
This series, and they'll believe it. They'll believe the smears about Britain and our monarchy, that we're a bunch of bigoted and hateful people. They even blamed Brexit for the racism which apparently was aimed at Meghan Markle, which is just completely absurd. But by far the most sickening part of this show for me was the constant use of Harry's.
Once they did, I remember being told there was a huge headline like, we found him or we've got him. You're talking about someone's father. And from that point, the tabloids, they moved into the apartment next door and across from him.
And now let's talk about poor Harry. Sources say he was completely in the dark. He had no clue Meghan had sent Netflix this power list, no clue about the tone, no heads up before it leaked. One insider said Harry still thought they were in negotiation mode, while Meghan had already drawn a line in the sand. Oof. And when the drama hit the media, he was furious, not just at Meghan, but at how it made them both look. Because let's be real, this isn't just Meghan's brand anymore. It's a royal duo. And when one half of the power couple goes rogue, they both pay the price. Palace insiders say Harry has been scrambling behind the scenes, even reaching out to Netflix people personally to do some damage control. But honestly,
There's a real delight in being able to be a present parent. And it's a luxury sometimes because we all have to work. We all have a lot of stuff to do, but when you can take a minute to just...
Saturday morning.
Hours of this Netflix series paint a very different, far uglier picture of this country and our royal family.
Hello all. Sorry we're late. Our flight was delayed.
It was mint, though. Tell them we were in mint.
They gave you a mint. How lovely. I have some gum in my purse if you'd like.
Oh, we were in mint. It's like their business class. It's really nice. And
Meghan, I'm begging you to stop now.
And now Netflix is reportedly reconsidering everything. One source summed it up perfectly. We're a content platform, not a palace. We don't bow to anyone. That says it all.
It's about an hour-long cab ride, never seen as grandchildren. This show is packed with the kind of spurious claims and hypocrisy that have become the Sussex signature. We learned they began making videos about their heroic journey 6 months before their Netflix deal was even announced, and right at the start of a pandemic that was...
And while all this is playing out, the royals back in London are watching very closely. Why? Because Meghan still holds her Duchess title, and the more she acts like a Hollywood exec with the tiara, the more it reflects on the crown. One palace aide reportedly said, there's a reason royals don't do reality-style content. It gets messy fast. And with these Duchess demands going viral, there are whispers of distancing. Maybe not full-on title stripping yet, but definitely subtle moves, quiet briefings, public step-backs, distancing statements. Meanwhile, Meghan's team is allegedly scrambling too. Her PR reps are working overtime to spin this mess. They're telling media the demands were misunderstood and that Meghan was just offering creative vision. But let's be honest, the internet ain't buying it. Too many sources, too much smoke, too many staffers spilling the same tea. Or is it straight up dictatorship? And if they were building a brand, why does it feel like it's crumbling by the hour?
How hard I tried, no matter how good I was, no matter what I did, they were still going to find a way.
Wanting to exploit their royal titles, I think it stinks. And I think what King Charles should do, he should just strip them of the titles.
Let's talk long-term damage. Archewell, the brand Harry and Meghan poured their souls into, is getting hit left and right. First Spotify walked, now Netflix looks shaky. And with each scandal, the shine wears off. Trust is fading, prestige is slipping. Future sponsors watching closely, because who wants to partner with a PR disaster? If Archewell can't even guarantee stable content distribution, what is it? A real business or just a fancy PR stunt with royal glitter? Social media's been brutal. Memes, mockery, side-by-side receipts. People are combing through old interviews and promos looking for signs of Meghan's alleged controlling behavior. One tweet went viral with Meghan didn't want to collaborate, she wanted to control. And that sentiment is everywhere right now.
I don't know about you, but I grew up with South Park and nothing in their sights has ever been sacred. And they do have this, in my view, perfectly irreverent way of reading the room. This week they've taken a swipe at Harry and Meghan and it's gone viral.
We want privacy! We want privacy! All right, thanks for having us on the show. It's so awesome to be here, it's great. So let me start with you, Sam. You've lived a life with the royal family, you've had everything handed to you, but you say your life has been hard, and now you've written all about it.
Once that narrative grabs hold, good luck escaping it, especially when ex-staffers and tabloid headlines keep feeding the fire. If Meghan hoped the Netflix series would revive her public image, it might just be doing the opposite. So now what? With Netflix apparently pulling back, Spotify already out, and even Harry allegedly reconsidering their whole media game plan, things are bleak. Some insiders whisper Harry wants to fade into humanitarian work, something quiet. Meanwhile, Meghan is still chasing Hollywood domination. And that misalignment could be their next big fracture, because if they're not on the same page and these deals keep crashing, it's not just their brand at risk, it's their relationship too. Behind the scenes, murmurs are turning into serious conversations. Multiple insiders claim that Netflix isn't just annoyed, they're reportedly considering walking away from the entire deal. Not renegotiating, not pausing, just straight up canceling. Meetings have allegedly been held. People in the room are reportedly reviewing clauses, exit options, and assessing just how damaging it would be to keep working with Meghan and Harry. One exec didn't hold back. They allegedly said, "We don't need this. We can fill that slate in a heartbeat." Can you even imagine what was once this historic, groundbreaking deal, royalty meets Hollywood, could crash and burn because of a list of demands that spiraled into chaos? And if Netflix really pulls out, it's not just a content loss, it's a symbolic collapse. Because if the biggest streamer in the world wants out, who's going to want in? The answer is already revealing itself. Whispers are now swirling through Hollywood. Silent phone calls, paused meetings, canceled lunches. Big-name producers who were once eager to collaborate with Meghan, they're backing away. Slowly, quietly, but definitely. Some are just waiting to see what happens. Others have reportedly instructed their teams not to engage until the Netflix mess cools down, if it cools down. Why? Because no one wants their name dragged into a media tornado, and Meghan's name is now becoming shorthand for high-risk, high-drama partnerships. One Hollywood lawyer even spilled to an insider, it's not about talent anymore, it's about risk. And Meghan's brand? Right now, it's a risky bet, period. In an industry where image is everything, the ripple effect is real. And those ripples, they're crashing straight into Archewell's walls. Word on the inside is that even Archewell's staff can feel it. The chill, the uncertainty, the hesitation from potential collaborators. And then there's the wildest bit of gossip that sent jaws dropping across the industry. Apparently, Meghan allegedly tried to set up a royal-style approval system for all Netflix materials. Yes, seriously. Not just feedback, but final approval on everything. We're talking final edits, press release, coordination, thumbnail selection, episode titles, background images used in promotions. One insider said, "It felt like she was trying to run Netflix like Buckingham Palace." Another added, "She seemed more obsessed with how things looked than whether the content was actually compelling." Think about that. Netflix, this giant entertainment machine that pumps out global hits, being told to wait for Dutch's approval on thumbnails? That kind of control? It doesn't fly in Hollywood, not when studios are about collaboration, agility, and deadlines. And according to those involved, this wasn't about being detailed, it was about dominating. The need for control, allegedly so intense, even seasoned producers felt uncomfortable. People who've worked with A-list divas said Meghan's approach was next level. Let's call it what it is, a mess. Her Netflix demand list didn't just backfire, it went nuclear. Staff are resigning, executives are leaking, the public is roasting. Harry, reportedly caught in the middle of a wildfire he never saw coming, what started as a $100 million 0-cents opportunity is now looking like a cautionary tale for celebrity brand partnerships everywhere. Because when you mix royalty, ego, and the corporate world, you don't get prestige, you get drama. And not the kind that wins Emmys, it wins headlines, and not the good ones. The worst part? This all could have been avoided. But now, unless Meghan and Harry pull off some major PR miracle or make a massive shift in how they operate, their once golden empire may just end up being remembered as the biggest royal flop in streaming history.